Silver medalist in the last World Championships, long jump, Carlee BEATTIE. Her first attempt in the T47 decider. A solid effort. She's second to go in this. Alexandra MOGUCHAYA of Russia was the first to go, went out to 5:11.
Carlee BEATTIE, coached by Gary Bourne up in Queensland, lives up in Brisbane, and he's here this week as a team coach, so he'll be over there giving her some instructions. That's who she'll be talking to at the moment. Coach of a number of great Australian long jumpers, including Mitchell Watt, and triple jumpers like Henry Frame.
Into the lead, 5:75. That's a season's best for the world record holder.
On the inside, it's a tight bend for Van Rijn. She'll have a little bit of work to do outside.
Katarzyna PIEKART of Poland is next.
You can see the star of Marlo Van Rijn of the Netherlands really beginning to stretch it out now. It's going to be a Netherlands 1-2. Winning time is 26:67.
Good competitor, regular finalist on the IPC circuit. That's another good solid 5-meter effort.
But she made life to the bend and came strong at the end.
RODOMAKINA of Russia is the reigning European and world champion, and she'll go much later in this.
That may be questioned because the wind is showing us 0.0, and it's certainly not that. So we may well...
PIEKART, solid, second place, 5 meters 13, tucks in just behind BEATTIE. Had a Versace, now here's a GRIMALDI. And a GRIMALDI of New Zealand, her first attempt at the women's T47 long jump final. BEATTIE leading 5:75. The medals at the moment 5:19, and that will be very close to it, if not better. Quite congested around the middle at the moment. All of the top 8 have cleared 5 meters, and that looks to have done the same from Anna GRIMALDI. 18 years old.
The New Zealand team having a bit of a coming of age at this championships, I think. Historically, they've had quite small teams, and they've brought a small team compared to the Australian team of 50, but quite talented this time.
Oh, she's got into second place. 5 meters 28 is very impressive indeed. Will we have another Cuban success in the women's long jump T47? Yunidis CASTILLO is a fantastic sprinter in her own right. She's won all 3 sprints at her last 3 major global championships, 2 Worlds, 1 Paralympic Games. But in the long jump, she's never won a major championship medal. She's known as the Bullet, so she'll have a bit of speed down the jumping lane, and that was a very good launch. CASTILLO is beyond 5 meters.
What's that like?
It's amazing representing your country.
Top 7 at the moment beyond 5 meters, and CASTILLO might have made it 8. She couldn't have gone any further on the board. Absolutely perfectly used.
Thank you very much, guys.
Rachel, thank you very much indeed, and see you there in the home straight.
CASTILLO
being loaded onto the first aid buggy. Let's hear it, everybody, please, for the
CASTILLO of Cuba, they're one of the other athletes in the women's event at the recent World's Fastest Paralympian race that took place in Rio.
Second she goes here, 5 meters 46. Carlee BEATTIE of Australia still leads. Lanza of Italy in the long jump.
Women's shot put, F57 final. Been a change.
She's trying to get beyond 5th place.
With 11:13
that was a personal best last time. Ron Tricolor representing France.
That area record 11:14 leads from Stella and Yeva. Meanwhile, in the long jump, and you're seeing pictures of that on the screen right now. Carlee BEATTIE leads
of
with
15 centimeters, and she would go into the medals. It was a good quality, solid one.
Styliani SMARAGDI of Greece in third, 5:32.
Advice coming from the French team.
Second round.
4 meters 97, and she stays in 5th place. So Italian surnames here with GRIMALDI and LANZA, but no Italians in this final. Amy Watt of the United States, lying in 8th place, 5:07 in the opening round. Carlee BEATTIE leading this, 5:75. Castillo second for Cuba, 5:46. And SMARAGDI of Greece third, 5:32. RODOMAKINA passed her opening round jump, which is interesting considering she's the reigning Paralympic, European and World Champion. And she used the board absolutely perfectly, did Watt there. She's 17 years old, Amy Watt. Not the youngest in the field, that's MATON of Britain, who is celebrating her 16th birthday today. That was SMARAGDI of Greece in the women's long jump T47, which is important. 5:32, she's lying in third at the moment. And the slight quirk is, if you've got a race with 3 starters, then there's only 2 medalists. If you race with 4 starters, 1 crashes out, all 3 still get medals. But if one of them is a DNS, then it's only 2 medals being fought for.
Well, I'm glad you're here to let us know. I just worry about running. I don't worry about the rules.
You only ever win golds anyway. You don't have to care about the other minor thingies. SMARAGDI with 5:14 there, by the way, staying in 3rd place. She is 14 centimeters behind Castillo in silver.
All I do is run fast, turn left, and make sure I stay between the lines.
This is probably harder than it looks.
I make it look easy sometimes, but most of the time I'm just trying to concentrate on not falling over.
Here's Katie Walker, fouled in the first round for the United States. That was very close to the plasticine.
Mentioned this F20. Let's find out a little bit more.
He's only saying that because one of his commentators has fallen off a chair twice this week.
Athletes in the F20
and that's 4:32. It'll put her into 12th place. It's only the top 8 who make it into the final 3 rounds, and a bit of improvement needed. Walker, by the way, with a lifetime best of 4:34. That matches her season's best. So personally, she's pretty much doing as well as can be expected at the moment. Needs to improve by a metre to progress any further. 4:32 for Walker.
14:33, championship record 13:99. Both set in 2006.
There on the track, you can see all the athletes' marks where they measure out from the board which they're about to jump off, so that they can measure their run up correctly. And some of them might have a number of markers, not just one, so they can hit them on the track as they look out of their peripheral vision on the way down to the board.
MATON of Great Britain turning 16 today, and the youngest in this field. 5:16, her lifetime best set this year, which at the moment would be good enough for 7th place. She's down in 9th with a 4:88.
Looking for her first attempt in this women's long jump T47.
There's our leader, Carlee BEATTIE, silver in the last 2 major championships.
The end of the second round, and as we get to the end of the third round, those 10 competitors will be whittled down to the top 8, and they will get 3
RODOMAKINA, by the way, has had 2 passes, so well, we're looking for her down. She's on the far side of the track from us. Maybe, in fact, she's pulled out, but it gives a chance to the rest and a chance for MATON, maybe for a high finish here. She was very close to the plasticine.
There's the white flag for Polymath.
That is a solid attempt. Used the board very well. I think that might be just beyond 5 meters. Her lifetime best is 5:16 from earlier this year, as aforementioned.
The athletes in the long jump coming back after their jumps to talk to their coach and get some pointers for their next jump on technique as well as distance from the board to ensure they get the maximum out of their jump.
That is a lifetime best, 5 meters 19. And the wind reading, not too strong either. That's exceptional stuff. Castillo is having the long jump competition almost of her life. 5 meters 46 in the first round, puts her second behind Carlee BEATTIE at the moment. You'll note a good amount of the crowd on the far side have congregated around the long jump pit. Fantastic to see in Beijing for the IAAF World Championships 2 months ago. Full crowds on the far side for the long jump. In the mornings, oh, that's a red flag. She's fast, a bit too fast that time. 11 major championship sprinting medals.
Oh, that's a big foul there from the Cuban athlete.
She's currently in top position ahead of Yunidis CASTILLO. 5.75 a season best in her first jump. This is the third. Doesn't look as far as the initial jump foul on her second. Way behind the board there, needs to be a good 30 centimetres or so further forward. That's going to cost her, because it isn't up there near 5.75 as it is though. Castillo in second place on 5.46. It's quite some distance behind.
Carlee BEATTIE of Australia, way out in front at the moment.
There it is, 5.34 for Carlee BEATTIE, so she remains in first position, but only courtesy of her initial 5.75.
For the couple this evening, we have women's T54, 100-meter heats.
Here's PIEKART.
Men's 100-meter T13.
Her third attempt. She's currently down in 9th position.
And of course, we have
personal best of 5.13
as well. So do stay with us.
That one there doesn't look as though it's going to be past the 5.13 mark either.
Sports Club, these IPC Athletics World Championships.
So 9th heading into that jump.
2015. Plenty of support for the long jumpers.
Let's see where her full position is. Well, that's can't get much better than that.
Thank you very much for your attendance.
You are in the perfect position coming off the board.
Just doesn't quite have the fly time of Carlee BEATTIE from that we saw in the previous jump there. But hitting the board well.
Absolutely, it's all about timing, getting a bit of height. 4.96 though for PIEKART, so she stays in 9th position. 5.13, her best jump of the 3 so far.
Anna GRIMALDI of New Zealand lying 5th in the women's long jump. This is the T47. Personal best in round 2 of 5 meters 30. Well, that's close to a foul. It's a very good jump. But I think that's going to be a red flag.
Replay then of that second heat.
She's come back to check the plasticine. Ooh, that is going to be close.
As tight as it gets. Well, that's being studied. That is being studied. Well, I'll tell you what, if she's given the thumbs up there hasn't been a flag yet. I think she might just rise in the standings. There's a bit like Katrina Johnson-Thompson during the heptathlon in Beijing at the IAAF World Championships a couple of months ago. It took them a long time to work out, but this is very, very similar indeed. They're having a good look. If there's any mark at all, then that's it. It's a red flag.
Great Britain has snuck up into third place with a
it's immensely tight
in the second round.
has been given as a foul, I'm afraid.
It was obviously a very good jump, because she's very interested in what they think about this plasticine.
She's studying it very closely.
I think what they were looking at as well is they were looking at the bottom of her shoes for the actual tread pattern. Now, if someone else has a very similar tread pattern to you and it hasn't been cleared over as well from the last jump, then it's very difficult to work out whether it was you or the person who's gone before. But they're looking at that. Let's move along.
SMARAGDI of Greece. That's another solid jump. Now, that was a personal best in the first round of 5:32.
Nicely on the board there. A little bit of room to spare.
9.94 in the opening round, and in 8th place.
An improvement of 10 centimetres would put her up into 3rd place, would improve her personal best that she achieved a few minutes ago of 5:32. And she's done it again. She's matched her lifetime best twice in a night, and she stays in 4th place.
Finished the 3rd round of the long jump. I think
so it's Amara LALLWALA,
the last athlete in this
from Sri Lanka tonight, 4.60 in the second round.
Whittle down the top 8 from
the same mark.
A large group
an improvement needed from her of
long jump T47.
60 centimetres in order to get into the top 8. Didn't use the board at all. Gave away around 25 centimetres.
Yunidis CASTILLO of Cuba in 2nd place with 5:46. And then it's Alexandra MOGUCHAYA, Russia.
4.30 meters, and she stays in 11th place. And that is the end of the 3rd round. So RODOMAKINA, by the way, the reigning champion, has withdrawn from the event, which means we will have a new champion this year. We're going to go into the top 8. MATON will be the next to go in round 4. So our leader is Carlee BEATTIE of Australia at the halfway mark, 5.75. Yunidis CASTILLO of Cuba is in 2nd, and MOGUCHAYA of Russia in 3rd, 5.41. And GRIMALDI, who you see in picture there, lying in 5th place at the moment for New Zealand, 2 centimetres off Styliani SMARAGDI. MOGUCHAYA in 3rd, personal best 5.41.
13.92 for
is the halfway standings.
Of
Poland, more attempts.
Very close to her championship record, just 7 centimetres shy of that distance she set way back now in September 2006 in the Netherlands. So she increases her lead over Baranova of Russia and Mystic of Ukraine in 3rd
Wang
place.
as well in 10th, and Holly Robinson of New Zealand in 12th place. But the fact that RODOMAKINA has had to pull out of this has opened the door dramatically for the rest.
And it's created a massive gap between Carlee BEATTIE and the congestion for the silver and bronze medal.
Maybe more to the United States. 2nd round, it was 5.19 meters, a continental record for North America. This is a 4th round attempt to get the 2nd half of the women's long jump final underway. This at T47.
So far is a lifetime best of 12.89, which came in the 2nd round. No improvement for the Ukrainian. 12.25 stays 3rd.
MOGUCHAYA of Russia.
And next up, wearing the red vest,
solid attempt by
will be Antonia Baranova of Russia. There is the current situation, 13.41.
It won't be an improvement for 5.04, but actually very good consistency. They've all been clear of 5 meters. She's a 5.23 jumper, lifetime best set this year.
That 13.41 represents a lifetime best for the Russian. So 3 more throws for her, and the first of those now in round 4.
Of New Zealand. Excellent up-and-coming athlete. She too, 18 years old, 5.29 this year. Going into the competition.
That's a foul, so no improvement.
Foul in the 3rd round, 5.29 a lifetime best. 5.28, 5.30 here.
Next up will be the
has she added to it?
world record holder, the championship record holder. She was very, very pleased with
Talk about
13.92
consistency,
in
only
the previous
2
round.
centimetres between
7
all the marks.
centimetres off her
Used
best
the
throw
board
from
perfectly well.
9 years ago.
We'll have to extend her new lifetime best by 12 centimetres to climb up into the medals. Coaches would probably be delighted with what they've seen so far.
Using the board well after the previous round, having just touched the plasticine. She's excited about that result.
Look at
That's
that!
big.
Look at that! She's up in the third, and it is 5:41. It is a new lifetime best. And on count back, she goes above Moguchaya into the bronze medal position. MATON, 5:19, currently lying in 8th place. This is the 5th round of 6 in the women's long jump. MATON launching herself through. Well, 5:41 will get you into the medals in a moment. GRIMALDI. That was very nice placement by MATON.
كيف كان شعورك بعد حصولك على الميدالية الذهبية لهذه البطولة، بطولة العالم لألعاب القوى لذوي الإعاقة؟
الحمد لله أكيد فرحة كبيرة.
5:11 is 800ths of a second outside her best today. First the best set in round 2.
وكيف
Doesn't improve. Another 10 centimetres would only have gained her 1 place. So for France, Angelina LANZA, another lifetime best for her. In fact, top 7 of lifetime best. Apart from our leader, Carlee BEATTIE. So, LANZA, 5:24 in the 4th round, has got her up into 6th place. Again, solid use of the board. .29 improves her lifetime best, but she stays in 6th place and she's 12 centimetres away from the medals. Now, the penultimate round of the women's long jump, Yunidis CASTILLO, 5:32, she's lying in 5th place from that 3rd round effort, fouled in the 4th. It's another good, solid 5-metre effort.
Hitting the board well there.
Yep, perfect.
Well, just a bit of information for you. You may remember earlier on this evening we had that.
Couldn't have asked for much better than that.
Nice landing in the pit there as well, and good flight time.
Following that, it has been decided that the athlete
year of her life in terms of her career.
Number 1882 has been disqualified by the track referee, and he's also ordered that that race be rerun.
Jumped 5:16 there, not to improve on her 5:32 in her 1st round and 3rd round jumps. So she equaled her jump from the 1st round in the 3rd round there.
Moguchaya lying in 4th place.
Attempting to return to the medals.
5:41 in the 3rd round, 5:41 for GRIMALDI, but her 2nd jump was longer.
The crowd seems happy with that one.
Now this is important, by the way. She doesn't need to improve on 5:41 to go into the medals. She needs to improve on 5:38 because that's actually needs to improve on 5:30 of GRIMALDI, and on countback that should put her into 3rd place. Both her and GRIMALDI have the same length. Well, that is 5:36, and she stays in 4th place. BEATTIE, our leader, penultimate attempt in the women's long jump, and that is a clear foul.
The approach didn't look comfortable at all and looks to be a foul.
Season's best for the world record holder. Set in Sydney.
Round 1, heat 1 of 3, first 2 to go through as of right to the
There you go.
Very much so. Is that a good track in Sydney?
Sydney, brilliant track. Sydney's my hometown. I grew up in Sydney, live in Canberra now. I wish I could move back to Sydney. I do enjoy the big smoke, as we call it, from Canberra, because it's a bit of a country town down there in Canberra. But we've got good tracks all around Australia, particularly on the eastern coast.
And I know, well, this is our birthday girl, Polly Maton, in the final round now. 5 meters 19. She's really pulled out some very good leaps so far. 5:19 in the second round. They've all been knocking around the 5 meter mark. Used the board very well. Because I think the domestic meetings are more or less gone off TV, but they are broadcast live online now, aren't they? Quite a few of them. Yeah, we have a live stream for the Athletics Australia domestic season. We're struggling to get some TV coverage, but the live stream is going very strong. Mossy and Robbo are the two boys that control the live stream and the voices of the live stream. I spoke to them this morning, and they're excited about Doha. They're actually doing some daily wrap-ups of Doha. 4:65 for Polly Maton, so 8th place. Excellent achievement. I cannot wait for this next race with Chad the White Tiger Perez. Angelina Lanza, lifetime best 5:29 in the 5th round. Now she improves by 12 centimeters, a chance to get into the medals, but that is a red flag and that's a foul. Lanza, 6th at best. Could still be overtaken by Amy Watt. They don't change sequence for the final round anymore. It used to be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but now it's as it was in the 4th round. So here is Amy Watt now, who is lying 7th. Could displace Lanza, and there's nothing the French woman can do about it.
Just the 4th. First two goes through as a right.
Matching a lifetime best in round 5.
This time we do go
around the 5 meter mark. All of her efforts so far have been clear of 5.
USA, Handler and Price, and now Zachary Shaw coming with a late run. It's Philip Handler from Switzerland.
T46s and T47s all mixed in for this, by the way.
If anyone's wondering the difference between the 46 and 47, that's above and below elbow amputation of the arm.
So 4:92 to round off for Amy Watt, so she finishes in 7th place. So now Anna Grimaldi, who moved up in the past couple of rounds into the medals in 3rd place. She's there on countback, 5:41 in round 4, along with Moguchaya, and left above her because her second longest attempt was 2 centimeters clear of Moguchaya. But because we're keeping a sequence, she's maintaining the 5th place. That's a foul, that's a red flag. So she's jumping 5th last, and Moguchaya is jumping 3rd last. So she could still be displaced. She could actually still finish in 5th. Oh, that was so tight!
She has been flirting with that plasticine tonight. It's her second one that looked exactly like that.
So, Smaragdi of Greece in the final round of the long jump. 5 meters 32, personal best in the 3rd round, and actually the 1st round as well. Needs to improve by 10 centimeters, and she would leap into 3rd place above Grimaldi, who can do nothing about it. Moguchaya, who could. She's happy anyway. It's been a great display. It's been the performance of a life from her. 5:21 was a lifetime best going into this. Still good crowds remaining in the back straight watching this. Again, superb. Great technique on the board. Quick note for you, by the way, the men's 1500 meters T54, the final heat being rerun. Disqualification for Faisal Al-Rahi, who had finished second originally for Kuwait. A massive crash which took 5 out.
Alexandra MOGUCHAYA
He will not start for the rerun. 5:23, so Smaragdi finishes in 5th place. Now, the medals can change here. Alexandra MOGUCHAYA of Russia. 5:41 her best attempt, 5:36 her second attempt. An improvement by 2 centimeters even on that. 5:39 would get her a bronze. Is that it? It's beyond 5 meters certainly.
She doesn't look very happy with that jump.
The action says a lot, doesn't it? It was very good, but probably not enough. And she didn't use the board. She gave a few centimeters away there.
That may cost her.
5:39 at least is what she's looking for, and that would get her bronze at countback. It's 5:22, and that is 4th place for her. And she'd been in the medals for a lot of the night, but she misses out on countback. Lifetime best as well for her.
Very disappointing to be coming 4th at a major championships when only by a couple of centimeters and on countback. Very disappointing for the Russian there. She probably wishes she used that board a little bit better in her final jump.
Yunidis CASTILLO has now secured her first major championship long jump medal. Brilliant sprinter. Known as the Bullet. Might have to change the nickname a bit now.
So here goes Yunidis CASTILLO.
Continental record. And that'll be judged the foul. That was a good effort as well. Improvement of 30 centimeters she was looking for in order to get the gold, but obviously personal best tonight, and she was well over. Personal best national record for Cuba. And a continental record as well for North America.
Carlee BEATTIE has got the gold medal. She's got
4
1 jump
X's,
to go if she
and
wants
yet,
it.
what a brilliant opening jump.
She's actually on the wrong way.
She distributed those fouls, you have to say in the right order.
And here comes Carlee BEATTIE for a final jump. Revving up the crowd for a clap there.
The pressure is off. Come on. Here goes Carlee
She's a
BEATTIE.
new world champion. That's a foul as well.
But it doesn't matter. She takes home the gold anyway. Carlee BEATTIE from Australia.
Carlee BEATTIE takes the honours, and it was her very first attempt as well. 5:75, gold and silver decided in the first round. But we weren't to know that.
It looks to be getting a little bit emotional on the track there, does Carlee BEATTIE. Ooh, and that's a fairly big foul.
To be honest, it doesn't matter. Again, the fouls came in the right pattern, didn't they?
It was all done and dusted by the first round. 1 and 2 wrapped up in their first jumps.
Silver at Christchurch in 2011, at London 2012, Lyon in 2013, but now Carlee BEATTIE is the world champion.
And here she is getting the Australian flag off the teammates. And embracing her coach there, Gary Bourne. Bit of love there for the New Zealander as well.
Angelina GRIMALDI, her first major championships. Personal best as well for her at 5:41.
Finished up with a bronze medal at her first major championships. It's pretty handy.
Consolation for Moguchaya from our new champion. Beattie takes a 5.75. Castillo the silver with the continental record 5.46. And Grimaldi taking bronze on count back from Moguchaya.
In lane 3 from Brazil, Gustavo Enrique Araújo, 11.05. That was set this
Personal best down the field as well. But RODOMAKINA, by not starting, and she'd won so many major championships, that opened the door fantastically.